Normally, I like seeing interesting things show up at the underwater base addressed to yours truly, but as soon as I set my eyes on this package, I was filled with woe. Good luck? The hell's that supposed to mean? Yeah, thanks, Bryan. When I opened the box, I knew my fate had been sealed. Within moments, my studio was infested with R.O.Bs. Look, I understand these guys have an attitude. You would too if you were basically used to shoehorn NES consoles into Toys R Us locations and other businesses wary of dealing in video games in 1985. Given 2 games and then all but ignored save for Bit Parts and WarioWare and Smash Brothers. Rob got a raw deal. Sure, a separate accessory just to control video games as inefficiently as possible seems kinda ridiculous, especially when it requires a number of small fiddly bits likely to be lost by children thinking it's a toy in 1985. So I tried to be a good host. I let them have their day in the sun, and I just happened to have copies of Gyromite and Stack-Up on hand. And Bryan S saw fit to send these little maniacs complete with all the accessories one needs. I presume he obtained them via legal means. The anatomy of a R.O.B is fairly simple. It's got a hexagonal base capable of rotating the arm assembly 240 degrees to one of 5 positions, a pair of shoulders that can assume one of 6 heights along its spine, 2 hands that can open and close to manipulate objects in its range, and an optical sensor in the eyes that responds to certain flashes on the screen, much like a light gun. Unfortunately, they also have a penchant for destruction, or at least mischief. I saw these 2 planting explosives about the place. This one began subjugating the other residents of the studio. I tried to appease them with material offerings, but their metabolism seemed incompatible with my tributes. I think they run on a steady diet of hate and obsolescence. TJ's log, stardate 3.14159265. I fear for my life. The invaders have taken over and begun a series of strange rituals. Fortunately, it doesn't look like they're able to reproduce, as parts are terribly rare and horribly expensive. Just 1 unit can run between $60 and $200, and that's without any of the strange add-ons to let you actually play games with it. Not only that, they seem to respond only to old cathode ray tube TVs, as they have no interest in our current flat-screen LED displays. Not only are they ill-tempered relics, they're also hipsters. Maybe I should have bought them cheap beer and clove cigarettes. I mean, how the heck would one of these things even ride a bike?